Hi everyone, welcome to Round Glass. I'm Nico DiMattina, and thanks for joining me for this session in my series Meditation in Motion, where we explore ways of cultivating energy using breath, sound, and movement. It's an absolute pleasure to be here sharing this timeless wisdom with you all in bite-sized chunks every week. In today's session, we're going to explore the mind-body connection and restore our optimum energy flow with a qi-gong-inspired practice. For anyone that is unfamiliar with the term qigong, qi means life force energy and gong means gathering or cultivating. And qigong originated in ancient China and Tibet over 5,000 years ago, and it's a slow and gentle moving meditation that will increase our energy throughout the body, and it's going to enhance the immune system while also relieving some physical pain, anxiety, and stress. Great result. So to start with, it'd be great to hear from you all to make this as interactive as possible. So what tips do you use to remain present in this moment and stay connected to your breath and your body? Please share in the chat, and we'll come back to your comments and questions, throughout the segment. All right. So just a little story to get us started. I remember when I was at high school, and every morning for about 4 years, I would see an Asian woman practicing Qigong by herself on this mountain. From a distance, she looked super calm, very flexible, and strong and in control. I was really curious about why she was moving so slowly and not running around and sweating like most of us Westerners. Then fast forward about 10 years on, when I lived in San Francisco and when I was working at Google, the neighborhood that I lived in was called North Beach, and there's a local park there called Washington Square Park. Every morning, I would walk past the park and see well over 200 men and women all practicing Qigong. Majority of the people were quite mature, elderly, ranging from 40s all the way up to 80s. Once again, I was super impressed with the flexibility and general fitness and health of the elderly members in particular, which seemed far superior than a lot of the Westerners in that age demographic. I knew one day I really wanted to try out what this slow movement was all about and discover some of the benefits. So fast track to last year when I began doing weekly Qigong sessions with Master Liu, a master Qigong teacher from China, who had also got stuck in Byron Bay in Australia during COVID, during the border closures. A great stroke of luck for me. Beautiful. So I want to just thank everyone right now for sharing in the chat. And here's what some people had to say about how they get connected to their body and their breath and stay connected to the present moment. So someone mentioned they repeat the mantra, I am. Someone else mentioned, I make art. Another person said, I cuddle with my pup. Love that. Who doesn't love cuddles? Someone else mentioned, I light a candle. And finally, someone mentioned, I meditate or do a body scan. So that's the perfect segue, actually, the body scan, into how I'd like to get us all prepared for this Qigong practice. Now, for the context of me sitting in front of you on video here, I'm going to stay seated, but for your practice, it's a standing up practice. So I encourage everyone to stand up right now and grounding in with your feet, shoulder width apart. You can have your big toes grounding into the earth, and your knees can just be slightly bent. And right now, let's just close down our eyes while standing. Now let's just check in with ourselves and ask yourself, how do you feel? And let's rank it out of 10. So ranking number 1 is you're too stressed, fatigued, very overwhelmed. 5 is mediocre. I'm, not super stressed, but I'm also not flying. 10 is I'm feeling super strong, positive, confident, motivated, clear-minded, in control. And just connecting with that number for yourself. And whilst keeping your eyes closed, remembering that number, just reflect right now on, what stress or worries or fears have you been holding on to for this past week, or even the past month, or even this whole year, 2021 coming to a close. Just allow yourself to feel all of those emotions and feelings, sensations in your body. And right now, we're just connecting with these emotions. We're not trying to change anything. No need to attach any meaning to it. Just effortlessly observe what you're feeling. And now taking one deep breath in through the nose, all the way up to the top. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. And when we hit 0, we're going to allow ourselves to completely let all of those worries and stresses go. In 2, in 1, and let it all go. Exhaling. All out, empty, empty, empty. So there's nothing left. Beautiful. So that was, you can open your eyes now. And that's a beautiful start for us all just to check in with ourselves. And I encourage everyone to utilize this as soon as you wake up in the morning, halfway through the day, during the workday, or when you finish work, just do a check-in. Before you go to sleep, do a check-in. Just check in, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just connect with the body and the breath. How do you feel? Connect with what's alive, what's present in your body. And sometimes you might not know exactly why you're feeling a certain way, but you can feel, okay, I feel a bit overly stimulated in my chest right now, or I feel a bit heady right now and in that monkey mind, or I feel, tired, lethargic, whatever it is, and just feel it. And that's all we're encouraged to do here. Just check in and just acknowledge where we're at. No need to change it. So it's good to get into the habit of doing this. All right. So now we'll move into our Qigong practice. So whilst continuing to stand, we're going to set up our posture here. So we're not going to rush with all of this. So the whole nature of Qigong is slow and gentle movements. So we're going to go slowly. So as we ground in with our feet firmly planted on the ground, let's ground in with our big toes into the earth. We're going to find 3 points on our feet. The first point are the big toes. The second point is the back of the heels. And the third point is on the outside of the middle of the foot. So big toe, 1 point, the back of the heel, 2 points, and the third point is on the outside of the middle of the foot. There are your 3 points, and just ground in with those 3 points into the ground. Beautiful. Find that connection, and this is our foundational pose right here. So it's really important to get the foundations in set in stone. Just like when you're building a house, right? You always focus on a strong foundation first before you build on top. Same thing here. So with those 3 points now, we're going to have a slight bend in the knees. And what's interesting when you bend the knees slightly and you ground in with the feet, if you just bring both hands just to below the belly button, you'll feel that it's slightly activated. You're a bit more, connected there, and it's on. You're activated there rather than soft. And this is, you can even play around with moving back into your heels and your feet, and then moving forward, shifting the weight of your body forward and back. Back into the heels, back into the toes. Back into the heels and forward into the toes. Just do that a few times. And now finding balance in the middle again. And what's interesting when you do that is and with the slight bend in the knees, you activate this part here, the Dang Tian, they call it in traditional Chinese medicine and Qigong, which is the power center. Yeah, real strong power, and our core. It's interesting, the core, it's in the central part of our body. So it's a really integral part of balancing the bottom half and the top half. And this is where we find our strength here. And it all starts with grounding with the feet. And that's how we maintain our strength, but our balance and our stability in that place. So from now, I encourage everyone with your left hand to move it to the middle of your chest space and your right hand just on your belly. And we're going to practice breathing through our nose, and it's going to be a belly breath first. Feel your right hand expand when you inhale through the belly. And then you're going to inhale, draw the breath further up into the chest, and hold that breath for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release through your nose or out through the mouth. We'll do this a few times where you're just feeling that flow of energy through your breath, through the belly first, then into the chest, then holding it, and then out. Let's go again. Inhaling through the nose, allowing the belly to expand, drawing further breath up into the chest now. The chest expands, and hold. 3, 2, 1, and slowly releasing, emptying out all the breath. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhaling through the nose into the belly, drawing further breath up into the chest. Holding for 3, 2, 1, and slowly exhaling, emptying it all out. And one last time, big inhale through the nose into the belly. Further breath up into the chest. Hold. And slowly release. Emptying it all out. Great. So you can move your hands now to the side of your body. And yeah, just check in with yourself. Just notice how those slow breaths, calming breaths, how you're feeling in your system again. You might want to check in with a number, that ranking out of 10. Where are you at right now? Great. All right. So whilst remaining standing with our eyes open, just gazing forward with the soft gaze, we're going to bring our arms into it now. So same thing, we're going to inhale through our nose and we're going to raise our arms up to our shoulder length, and then exhale and we're going to slowly bring the hands and arms down in front of us. Inhaling up, slowly bringing the arms up, the shoulder length, and exhaling and slowly emptying it all out, bringing the arms down. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhaling up. And slowly exhaling. Two more times. Inhaling, slowly bringing the arms up to the shoulders. And exhaling, slowly bringing the arms down. So with every inhale, it's bringing in fresh energy, new life force, inspiration, creativity, new solutions. Inhaling up. The inhalation is stimulating us. And exhaling, arms coming down. The exhalation releases stress and moves us into a deeper state of calm. De-excites the central nervous system, the opposite to stimulation. So both the inhalation and exhalation are equally important. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to inhale up to our shoulders and then continue inhaling and opening up the arms. Open up that chest, open up that heart center. And exhale and slowly moving the arms back to center. And exhaling, bringing the arms back down. And again, slowly inhaling through the nose. Bringing the arms up to the shoulders and then out. Continue to inhale as much as you can. Open up that heart center, that chest, and exhaling, slowly bringing the arms back to center. And bringing the arms down, emptying out the breath fully. A few more times, inhaling up to our shoulders. Opening it up, out. And exhaling slowly. Bring the arms together, slowly down, emptying it all out. Do this 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Continue to inhale out. Open up that chest. And exhaling, bring the arms back to center. And bringing it down. And one more time. Inhaling up. Opening out the arms. Continuing to inhale, opening up that heart and chest. And exhaling slowly, bringing the arms to the center. And arms now coming down to resting. Now closing your eyes. And just checking in with yourself. Notice what you're feeling in your body. For me personally, doing that breath, I feel a lot warmer. I've created a lot of heat in my system than before we started. Got a little sweat now on my brow. I feel a bit more open in my chest. Feel, a bit more free in my body. So this is just me personally just checking in with where I'm at right now. And so for you all as well, I encourage you to do the same. Just check in. What are you noticing in your body? What are you noticing in your mind? Just effortlessly observe what's coming up for you. And same as before, as we check in right now, let's check in and rank where you're at out of 10. Has that number changed from earlier? You don't need to judge anything. If it hasn't changed, that's fine. With all of these practices, they're called a practice for a reason. We're all about continuing our practice. Regardless if we feel good or not, and we're just opening up more. We're just cultivating more energy within us. And remember the word qigong. Qi is life force energy, and gong is gathering, or harnessing, collecting more life force energy. To hopefully then create more flow in us, flow in our body, more creative flow in our mind, more creative insights, connecting to that intuitive wisdom. connecting with the truth of who we are, gaining some clarity over some burning questions or desires that we've had. This is why we're practicing. And the more we practice, the more we create that flow for us. We get less friction in our life, more flow. Yes, please. Great. And opening up the eyes, nice and slowly. And what we'll do now is one more little practice of Qigong here. So our arms, we're going to just raise them up a little bit. We're going to keep the elbows in, hugging into the body. And then we're going to open up the arms up overhead. And then we're going to twist our hands so the back of the hand are facing each other and bringing it all the way down. And let's do that again. So we're opening up our hands, inhaling, opening up the shoulders there, and then we're bringing it up. And we're twisting those hands and bringing them forward. Back of the hands facing each other. Almost touching the back there. And then bringing it up to the middle. And then opening up the hands again. Out. Bringing it up. And exhaling with the arms coming down. So breath always precedes the movement. So we inhale first, and then we begin the movement. And exhaling. Great. We'll do this 2 more times. Opening up the hands, flying out the arms, keeping the elbows in as much as you can to the body, bringing it up. Yeah, full body movement. Exhaling, bringing the arms. Up. Arching that back. And one last time. Inhaling. Up. Exhaling. Great. Closing down the eyes now. And just checking in and noticing how you feel after that practice. Amazing how slow and gentle our movements are, how free in the body we can become, and how much heat can get created in the system. Now, what's interesting about the heat, especially when we cultivate it in our belly area, that dantian that I was talking about earlier, is, that fire in the belly. A lot of the ancient yogis talk about the breath of fire. And a lot of these practices to cultivate fire in our belly. Now that fire, burns up any toxicity, burns up all of the irrelevancy, burns up our stresses, burns up our worries, burns up our fears, right? Which is great. So when we can burn up all of that irrelevancy, what's left on the other side is just our truth, is our power, is our strength, is our creativity, is our intuition, our wisdom, is our love, is our kindness, right? Our compassion, all of the answers. So what our goal is to purify the system, detoxify. And so this is, in yoga, pranayama prana is life force energy, similar to Qigong. Qi is life force energy, prana, same thing. In Hawaiian, they talk about mana. This is that life force energy, that power. And it's this natural, abundant energy source that we all have within us, this life force energy. So we're cultivating it and within our system. So the more we can burn up what is not us, burn up our dysfunctional patterns and behaviors, burn up the lower vibrational part of ourselves. And what's left is that higher vibrational self, the big S, the big self. So this is why we do these practices. every day. And we keep cultivating more energy, more flow within us. And so I'd like to take another look at the chat and just to respond to any of the questions or comments that came through about the practice or anything that you had for me. So one of the questions is, what did you learn from slowing down? I learned a lot from slowing down. I think the first one I thought in my mind, right, was slowing down meant not achieving my goals quickly enough, right? Losing the hustle. But it could be further from the truth. Slowing down for me meant connecting with my power, connecting with my truth, connecting with the answers, getting clear on that intuition on how to act next and what to do. So with that clarity, slowing down gave great clarity for me. And I do not want to mess with clarity. Clarity is one of the best things, I think, when you're just super clear, you know exactly what to do, right? You don't get caught up in all the distractions. So slowing down has been amazing for me. Great question. The next question is there a portion of today's practice that I can do if I only have 5 to 10 minutes versus 30 minutes? And would that be beneficial? The answer is absolutely. Anything that you can dedicate to your practice, 5 minutes is better than no minutes. 10 minutes is better than 5 minutes. 15 minutes is better than 10 minutes. So wherever possible, we really want to prioritize this. Make this the most important meeting of your day because you are the most important relationship in your life. Relationship to self. Once we nourish this relationship, every other relationship, our work relationships, our home partnerships, our children relationships, our parents, our siblings, our friends, every other relationship strengthens and deepens and gets better from nourishing the relationship with self first. So really prioritize this time. But to answer the question, yes, 5 minutes would be great. 10 minutes is great. But try to prioritize as much as you can for it. This self-care and self-love is super important. And lastly, the other question is, would it be okay to add some music to this practice at home? And if so, what style of music would I recommend? So I'm a traditionalist. I love music. However, I don't love music when I'm doing my meditation and breath work and qigong and yoga practices. I like silence. In our digital age, there's so much noise around, so many distractions. And even whilst you can have calming music around, let's not be too identified or with external forces to put us into these calmer states. We don't need to outsource this. We can move ourselves into a deeper state of calm naturally on our own without needing music. So I recommend no music. Just enjoy some silence. Be with your breath. I love hearing the sound of my breath. Give it a try and see what it feels like for you. And to summarize this segment today, the meditation in motion, and obviously this Qigong practice is from the East. And one of my great inspirations is Bruce Lee. And one of his famous quotes is, "Be like water." And I love this because for me, be like water. When I think of water, it's fluid, it's adaptable, it's changing, it's in the present moment, and it's going with the flow. And so this is what we're all about today and all the time, is going with the flow, being so present in the moment, connected to our energy, moving through breath, sound, and movement, moving through some of this stuck energy. And every day, breathing deeply, staying connected, staying centered, being grounded, using our voice, using vibration, the word om or humming to ourselves to help recalibrate our central nervous system. And lastly, moving our body to ensure we're shaking off the stress of the past and feeling present and alive in this moment. So that's what we're all about, and staying connected to our practice every day and being disciplined to free ourselves from this busy monkey mind. And remember, this will liberate us. And, we obtain our freedom through this discipline. And so lastly, stay connected with Round Glass here at round.glass. And I'm here we're here every day. Join us anytime, and on our app as well. So I want to thank you all for joining, and I look forward to seeing you next time.